Hey guys, it's Axel here and welcome back to a brand new video. Now as you can see in the title, you know what I'm talking about. I'm going to be talking about Dreams and the updates and the news that's been going on for the past few months. Back in April 11th, Dreams, the people that made Dreams, Media Molecule, announced that they're going to end their live service and end the updates on September 1st. They did a server migration last month on May 22nd to compensate for that. The server migration basically just means that you're going to have a limited amount of storage so that they don't have to manage it too much. I mean, they're probably still going to manage it a little bit, but they don't have to manage it too much, and they don't have to have an entire server going with like people having hundreds of gigabytes worth of stuff. So that took place about May 22nd, and you have like 5 gigabytes of online storage, which Media Molecule said is very uncommon to get, but there's been multiple people saying that they got over that. In fact, they got like 4 times that much, so I'm not really sure about that. But yeah, the live service is ending in September, but what that means is that them ending the live service doesn't mean that the game is dead. That doesn't mean that they're shutting it down. The game is still going to stay alive past September 1st. They're just not going to really do live support for it. They're not going to keep updating it. They're not going to keep changing a few things, make Media Molecule games. I think they still mentioned that they're going to come back in and do picks, but they're not going to do the Impy Awards. They're not going to do Dream Walks. They're not going to do any of the conventions or anything like that. They're kind of going to end that in September. And you know, that really sucks, because I really did enjoy the Impy Awards, and I really did enjoy the All Hallows Eve and all that. I kind of didn't really do some of them, but I still did really love the ones I did do. And, you know, honestly, when they announced this, it was a bit of a shock. Back in April 11th, they just, all of a sudden, just spew it out. They didn't really say anything ahead of time, like saying, oh, yeah, we're, like, They didn't really say like a week before or 2 weeks before. They were kind of doing live streams and posts like nothing really happened. So unless this decision was last minute, they basically had no communication about this update. And you know, it upset a decent amount of people. A lot of people felt betrayed because this game was supposed to last a long time. People expected it to last a long time. It didn't even last 5 years. It lasted 4. And that's what a lot of people were really upset about, is just the lack of communication, the fact that they're shutting down the live service when there were multiple times throughout the years where they promised that they didn't really promise, they just expected it to keep going. There was a lot of updates that they wanted to do, like multiplayer, PSVR 2 support. Some people wanted the PS5 version of it. That never came to be. They always had multiplayer in mind, but for the past 2 years, they never actually made it a thing. Which is very disappointing, especially considering there were rumors that Media Molecule's new IP was a multiplayer game. So, you know, that they could have used that asset for Dream, but I guess they're trying to put their assets to someplace else. Maybe that was Sony's decision, maybe that was theirs, who knows. Now, why am I telling you this? Not only is it because I make Dreams content, but it also means that there's been a lot of news going on in Dreams, and I want to let you all know that. And also, because I'm going to do a big event for the last 3 months that live support is still happening, and that is, I'm going to do a big competition, and this month I'm going to do a bunch of giveaways to plan up to that competition. This month, I'm going to do a bunch of live streams of me making Dreams assets. And in those live streams, I'm going to be doing a giveaway where I'm going to give away free copies of physical copies of Dreams. Now you're probably wondering, why are you giving out Dreams when the Dream service is ending? But for one, the live support is ending in September. That doesn't mean the game is shutting down. Yes, the game will be more dead now that, you know, the live support isn't there. It's not going to constantly have updates. So people are going to leave, especially since they felt betrayed because of the sudden update and the over-promises. But that doesn't mean the game is dead. Like, the game is going to keep going after September 1st. They removed a lot of other things, but they did say that they're going to keep coming back and do MM picks. They're going to keep checking out the Dreams games. It's not like they're going to give up on Dreams and just move on to the next thing. They're still going to come back every now and again to check it out. So, like, and also, I'm giving you a free copy, a physical copy of a game that has had 4 years worth of community content. Some of which can make you spend hours. Like, you can literally spend the entirety of the 3 months until the live service ends, and you'd still have a lot more games to play. Like, there's a lot to play on Dreams. So, I'm basically giving you a free copy of a $20 game that has a bunch of stuff to it. And also, because of the competition, I want to give multiple people a chance, even people that have never played Dreams before, to enter the competition. And what the competition is right here, you can probably see the footage, is me making a competition where you use assets that I have made to put in your creations. It can be a video game, it can be an art piece, or it could be an animation. Now, like I said, this month, I'm going to do a bunch of streams doing the giveaways and making assets in those streams. And also, I'm going to, try to update the competition as best I can. The community, if I have community communication and people are just like, me ending the competition on September 31st, that gives people 3 months, but most people who want to make a game won't be able to have enough time for that. So, if enough people say it, I can extend the time. And if people have a bunch of questions, I'll answer. But I do have a bunch of info right here on the collection that I'm going to end up making public right when I make a couple assets for it. I'm going to... I have a bunch of info here, and I can change things, update things. However, there is going to be no theme. Just make whatever your mind thinks of when you see the assets that I made. I'm going to make a bunch of assets, like a bunch of random assets, from characters to just objects to maybe scenery. I'm going to make a bunch of... And now, I'm not an expert at making Dreams assets. I'm not. I'm going to try really hard to make sure the assets look good. But at the end of the day, I'm not an expert. So, apologies if the assets don't look amazing. But I will try my hardest. I will, if I really need help, I'll go ask for help. I will watch some YouTube videos on tutorials and stuff like that. And, I really wanted to do a competition as like one final hurrah towards the live support on Dreams and Dreams in general. Because even though the live support is ending in September, and that doesn't mean the game is going to end, people are still going to leave, and the game is going to die more and more and more. So I want people to come back into the game, do one final big moment, and enjoy themselves with this game. And that's why I bought 12 copies of Dreams, because I want new people to experience the game. I will also... I might be giving out more stuff in the live streams this month, but mostly it's going to be those 12 copies. And they're brand new copies. They've been unopened. They have the wrapper still on them. I will do a bunch of safety things just to make sure, everything's clean, everything's sanitized, my hands are clean and all that when I send it out. I'm going to make sure that everything's all good in that regard. And you could probably see on the screen that the competition, I'm going to be giving out a lot of money. $1,000 total. $500 for a game, $250 for an animation, and $250 for art. Now, I feel bad excluding music into the mix. However, music kind of can get integrated into the animations or into the art or into the games. So if you integrate music into those games, it'd still be or into those dreams, it'd still be really cool. I just won't be including music as part of the categories. Now, you're probably wondering, wow, $1,000, that's a lot of money. Are you sure you have that kind of money? Yes, I've been saving for months to make sure I actually have this much money. And I've been, trying to make sure it's kept safe. And so, that'll be a giveaway eventually. I'll be giving away all that money in the competition at the end of September, in September 31st, or like October 1st, really. And you could. There's other info on the screen. I will make as many assets as I can this month. If you want to make suggestions for assets you want me to make, do let me know, whether it's in the comments, or if you want me to make assets, like if you have a specific idea in your mind and you're like, ooh, I want you to make this, that would really help me. Do let me know. I do want to make as many assets as possible, and if you want me to make a specific asset, I don't mind making specific assets. I don't want to just make every single asset that one person wants so that they can make the perfect game, but I also do want to make as many assets as possible to give a lot of people, a lot of creative ideas, because again, there's no theme. You could just make whatever. I don't want people to be overwhelmed by the amount of assets and stuff that I have, and the fact that there's no theme, and they're just like, oh, I don't really have an idea in mind. So, if in my live streams this month, if you ask, like, hey, I know you had no theme, but, spew out some ideas. I don't mind helping people out. This is a community event. I don't want there to be, like, bloodshed. I don't want people to be, like, angry at each other. I want people to support one another. Because, at the end of the day, we're all just celebrating dreams. Or, at the end of the day, we're all just one big community. Or we're trying to invite more people into the community to win the award. And the reason why I made the money so big is so that people that have never played Dreams have an idea to get into Dreams to win the money. Because, Dreams is $20. Sometimes it's on sale on the PlayStation Store for like $6. So you're basically spending like $20 or $6 for a potential to get like 10 times more than that. And also you also have 4 years worth of content there, so it's another reason. It's PS4 and PS5 only, sadly. Getting the money, like if people are gonna ask, oh, how are you gonna give me the money? I can do PayPal, I can do Cash App, I can do like any other service that people want me to do. But the more common ones are PayPal and Cash App. If somebody wins like the giveaways that I do this month, but they don't speak English, their English isn't their first subject, I can give them a $20 PlayStation card of any language. There's a lot of websites online where I can get codes to, cards that are in other languages. So I could do that as an option if people want me to do that. But the physical copies themselves will be in English. And I'm excited to do this. I'm also very scared to do this because I've been trying to work on the assets for like the past month. I'm not the best at making assets. I didn't really go too hard in the creative of Dreams in the past year or 2 years that I've had this game. But I have been trying very hard to perfect it. I already have one asset already made. It was an asset that I made for Dreams Flicks. But I think I think it's very useful, so I added them in the asset as well. Now, I will explain more of the competition and the giveaways in the streams. If people have questions, I'll answer them. I just want this to be one big event, one big fun event, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So I don't want the game to die out because, again, there's 4 years worth of content on here. People have worked months and months on end to make amazing games on Dreams, and I want as many people as possible to see that. I wish Sony put Dreams on PlayStation Plus, because a lot of people will play it, or better yet, put a PC port. But apologies for people who are just like, oh, you're making a giveaway? on a PS4 game and your competition is on a PS4 only game, so that means we need to have a PS4 to enter into competition? Yes, sadly. This is not the only giveaway or competition that I'm going to end up doing in my entire YouTube career. This is just the first one. So for people who are just like, oh, this is unfair, it's very limited, like, I have to get a PlayStation 4 just to win this money, like, you'll have another time in the future. I just want to do this for dreams, for the community, for the game itself, and attract as many people to the game as possible. So, yeah. I hope I explained everything. If not, I'll probably just add it after the fact. Thank you everybody for watching. If today's your birthday, happy birthday. If you sneeze during this video, bless you. If you had a bad day, I truly hope to set you up in some way. I will be streaming on YouTube, on Twitch. I don't really use my Twitch all that much, so this is a good excuse to keep using to use my Twitch. But I mostly will probably stream on YouTube. But you know, occasionally I'll go on Twitch. And yeah, see everybody. See you in my streams. Or see you in the competition if you enter it.